Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2013 Turbo National Men's Soccer Game of the Week presented by NSCAA and Admiral Soccer. Today's national spotlight includes the Hannibal Trojans versus the Columbia College Cougars. We've got an interesting game for you here tonight as it's AMC supremacy on the line. These two teams have won 5 of the last championships in the conference, and the winner today will take sole possession of first place in the conference as this is their last regular season matchup. So stay tuned for today's exciting game. You're listening to live coverage of the 2013 Turbo National Men's Soccer Game of the Week, presented by NSCAA and Admiral Soccer.
Tra-la-la, tra-la, tra-la, pleasure.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education.
Obviously, education comes first. At the end of the day, you're going to have to go out into the real world, but I don't think you're going to find a better program at the NAIA level.
There's a million athletic opportunities here. There's softball, volleyball, basketball, soccer, golf, cross country. I feel like the school year here is really big, and if you go to a game, there's always tons of people cheering.
We were winning conference tournaments, national tournaments. Been the best choice I've ever made and will help me for longer than I will imagine. Obviously,
At ELGU, our students gain much more than an education. They are gathering life experiences and discovering their purpose.
For me, choosing Hannibal-LaGrange University was simple. The theater and performance opportunities are excellent.
I chose to transfer to HLGU because of smaller class sizes and Christian values. The Christian environment makes a big difference.
I knew Hannibal-LaGrange University was for me. The athletic opportunities and scholarships are making my dreams come true.
Hannibal-LaGrange University. Discover your purpose. At HLGU, our students gain much more than an
Welcome back to Blackwell Field here in Hannibal, Missouri, site of our NSCAA Game of the Week. We'd like to thank our hotel sponsor, the Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites here in Hannibal, Missouri. They are located right here in Hannibal, just a short distance from Hannibal-LaGrange University. And it's a great stop for opponents, away teams, fans, and families traveling to the area who need a place to stay. To book a reservation, contact the hotel at 573-406-0300 or visit them online at holidayinns.com. Let's run down your starting lineups for this afternoon's contest. We'll start with the visiting Columbia Cougars. Back on the defensive line, it'll be senior Adam McChesney, freshman Dan Riley, sophomore Dale McCormick, and sophomore Corey McDonald. Your midfielders is Inaki Suarez, a sophomore, Clemente Rossi, a freshman, John Paul Gronberg, a senior out of Wichita, Kansas. Up on the forward line, you have Diego Lira Osa and Rafael Ramos. In goal for the Cougars, it'll be the junior, number 00, Brady Wolf. For the home team, the Hannibal-LaGrange Trojans, on the back line, it's senior Mika Scattermelli, freshman Ithamar Jr., freshman Neil Lamana, and junior Justin Gigling. In the midfield, freshman Ignacio Garrido, senior Mario Ferrero, sophomore Manuel Saez, and sophomore Fernando Rebora. Up on the forward line, it'll be Jorge Garcia and João Pepe Junqueira. And in goal, it'll be Logan Miller. So we'll take one more quick break before we get back to the action here in Hannibal. You're listening to live coverage of the 2013 Turbo National Men's Soccer Game of the Week presented by NSCAA and Admiral Soccer.
La tra, la pleasure.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time.
Comes first. At the end of the day, you're going to have to go out into the real world, but I don't think you're going to find a better program at the NAI level.
There's a million athletic opportunities here. Softball, volleyball, basketball, soccer, golf, cross country. I feel like the school spirit here is really big. If you go to a game, there's always tons of people cheering.
We were winning conference tournaments, national tournaments. Been the best choice I've ever made and will help me for longer than I will imagine. Obviously, at the end of the day, you're going to...
They are discovering that
Choosing Hannibal-LaGrange University was simple. Theater and performance opportunities are excellent.
I chose to transfer to HLGU because of small class sizes and Christian values. Christian
I knew Hannibal-LaGrange University for the opportunities and scholarships are my
Hannibal-LaGrange University. Discover your purpose. At HLGU, our students gain much more than
So we're just about set to get underway as we've had the national anthem played and the two teams huddle up and discuss their last-minute calculations as it's going to be this American Midwest Conference rivalry between the Hannibal-LaGrange Trojans and the Columbia Cougars. A couple lineup changes for you as the Trojans had a couple players out with the flu. So playing in goal will be number 1, John Herberger, a freshman out of O'Fallon, Missouri, in place of Logan Miller. And another freshman, Alain de Oliveira from Sao Paulo, Brazil, takes the place of Justin Gigling. But the Trojans are not the only ones saddled with a few injuries, as Columbia comes into the game missing a couple of their top players. The Cougars right now are minus Marko Paunovic and Eden Campera. Both tore their ACLs in different games. Paunovic about midseason against Freed Hardman, and Campera the second game of the season against Kansas Wesleyan. That one goes out of touch, and it'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Headed back by Hannibal. McCormick had it deflected off the foot of Ferrero. And it's a throw once again for Columbia at midfield. Knocked away by De Oliveira. Far side. Chasing it down is Riley. Hannibal steals away possession at midfield. Slotting ball. Near side for Scaramelli. Puts on the brakes. Junquera, the slotting cross, head ball, and that one goes over the target. So a good attack here for Hannibal. About a minute and a half into the contest. They got the head onto the ball, but not quite the direction that was intended. And it'll be a goal kick for Wolf. High up in the air, finds its intended target, McChesney. Hannibal able to steal away possession. On far side. Garrido has it knocked away. Throw in coming for the Trojans. Junquera loses control. Out into touch. And the throw for Hannibal. A nice little flick. Finds Garrido. A back heel. And that finds the defenseman instead. Long throw from the Cougars. Flicked on by Suarez. Once again out of play. The ball seems to be going over that far side touchline quite a bit here in the early going. Flicked on and then kicked out by Gronberg. Gronberg once again gets ahead on it. Back and forth. Now a through ball, but that's easily handled by Junior. He'll play it out, make the safe play, but that will allow the Cougars to set up numbers here in the attacking end. Long throw into the penalty area. Headed out. Now a counterattack on the move here for Hannibal. Just out of the reach of Saez. And that one blasted out of play by the Cougars. The counterattack served Hannibal well as now they have numbers in the attacking end. A fairly windy day here in Hannibal. The wind seems to be swirling around, but mostly right to left. Blasting shot there by De Oliveira. He was looking for the upper corner, but just a bit too high. No real direction to the wind, though. If it is in one direction, most of the time it seems to be blowing from the near side to far. So no real benefit to either team. Skying to get that head ball was Junquera. Pushed off the ball was De Oliveira. Columbia with possession. On the near side, that one took a deflection, and it'll be a Cougar throw. McCormick looking for Ramos. Taken away. Chested down by Ferrero. Looking far side, there's Pepe. Pepe Junquero plays it up the line. Switching places with his teammate. Now back towards the defense. Crossing ball, cut out in the midfield. It's a bit of a hot potato here in the early going. Nobody with clear possession. Now an attack here, slotting ball. Looking for Saez. They put it towards goal, deflected away. The goaltender lunges out, and he gains possession. Quick reaction there from Brady Wolf, and he seems to be shaken up a little bit. Not sure if a foul was called or if the referee is just allowing them possession. We are in the 5th minute here at Blackwell Field. So it was no foul called. A long punt handled by Zach Walters. The Trojans take control as it went out of play. Looking for somebody open. Along the far side touchline. Pepe with a nice little back heel. Cycled around near side for Scaramelli. He puts on the brakes and heads back towards center. Sliding ball, and that one just out of the reach of Saez. The bench up on their feet, but their hands on their heads as they thought that one was going to be a goal. These contests between these two teams have been relatively low scoring. As that one bounces around, taken by Scaramelli, near side, on the boot of De Oliveira. Across into center. That one goes off the official. Columbia hasn't cleared it out yet. Hannibal with some good pressure here. The Cougars fake the clearance, and now they'll set up. Scaramelli back in from the midfield, playing more of a defensive role as the Cougars come into the attack. Ramos looking back for McCormick. And now a throw for Hannibal. Ferrero was looking for the quick throw, but nobody was open. So they slow things down in the midfield. Garcia loses possession. The captain, Ramos, looking for some open players. Now a bit of a poor touch there, and Columbia will take control on the boot of Osa. He loses control. Now a long ball looking for De Oliveira. McCormick was hoping that his goaltender would come out and get that one, but the keeper did not come to play it. Now a bit of a mistouch there by Wolf. His defenseman looking to clean it up. That one will go out of play. It's a Hannibal throw. Setting it up from the back end. Long ball into the box, but that one never had a chance. We're in the 8th minute. Scoreless, 0-0 so far. 3 of the last 4 meetings between these two teams were decided by 1 goal, and 3 of the last 4 were also involving a shutout. So the first goal, all important in this contest. Not cleared out there by Hannibal. Gronberg swung around near side for McCormick. He tried to play one into the box and right into the body of Pepe. Wolf with the long boot. That one goes over everybody and into touch. De Oliveira coming over for a bit of refreshment there. Columbia controls it in the midfield. Nice chest down. The ball back up into the air. Ramos couldn't quite handle it and cleared out. McCormick. He'll just boot it into the box. The wind catches hold of it, and that's knocked down. Garcia couldn't find the handle. To the far side and out. The wind picking up a little bit here. It's been gusting all morning and into the afternoon. When it's calm, it's just a nice breeze, but when it picks up, it's pretty strong. Long crossing ball. Flicked up into the air. De Oliveira brings it down for Scaramelli. One-touch passing. De Oliveira trying to find Saez. He's got 2 men on him, and it's knocked out. Almost a foul throw in there. Dangerous from Scaramelli. This one popped up into the air. Hannibal still with possession. Feet got crossed up there, and the referee wisely does not call a foul. But Ramos was pinched off by 2 defenders. Now a deflection, but quickly cleared away. Junior was on top of it. Off the boot of Walters and out of play, so Hannibal will get the throw. We're in the 7th minute. Floating ball headed down, popped right back up at center. Knocked down, Gronberg. They're looking for Ramos, but he's guarded closely. Now a crossing ball, and that's headed out easily by Rabora. Ferrero, far side. Saez sends it up. That one deflected out. Hannibal thought they had the ball. Instead, it's Columbia. Trying a quick counter here. Looking for the slot through to Ramos. Coming out and diving it was Herberger. Ramos didn't think it was going to get through. If it had been a good touch from the defenseman, it would have been an easy clearance. Instead, Ramos with an opportunity. Instead, Herberger came out and played it nicely. Hannibal swinging possession through the midfield. Pepe looking near side. De Oliveira making a run, but the ball was just a bit too strong and over the end line. No substitutions made yet. Just in case you weren't aware of the rules of college soccer, you can make as many substitutions as you want, and once you come back, or once you come out, you can re-enter the game. But so far, they've played all starting 11. A quick clearance. De Oliveira skies for it. Instead, it was off the head of Garcia. Ramos at center. Drives it far wing. Good footwork there. Stolen away. Pepe looking for center. Saez is there. The return pass just a bit too strong. Saez keeps it away from the defender. Looking far wing. Trying to get a cross in. Garrido puts it towards goal, but nobody there in a friendly uniform. Wolf plays it out. A cut move from the defender on the near wing. McChesney. Back to McCormick. Headed up in the air. De Oliveira pushes his man off, and that causes the misplay. Pepe to Saez. Back for Pepe. He's in the box. He's dangerous. Crossing it in, but right at the keeper. The wind catching hold of some of those punts, carrying them over the far side. Saez with a nice little flick. That was cut off by Osa. Ramos at midfield. Tried to slot that through, but mishit it with the left foot. Played back for Pepe. Pepe looking for the slot through. He finds Saez. He takes the shot just wide of the far side post. Once again, the bench on its feet, but their hands on their heads. They thought that was their first goal of the game, second opportunity. But once again, the ball goes just wide. But that combination of Saez and Pepe Junquera seems to be working well for the Trojans here in the early stages. Hannibal looking to get it in the corner. Knocked out of play. Columbia currently sitting in top the conference, but they haven't looked like a team who is on their game here so far this afternoon. But both of these teams have struggled a little bit coming into today's contest. The Trojans have been on a 3-game slide, and the Cougars have lost their last 2. Both teams still looking for possible conference regular season championship. We'll get into the point standings a little bit later. But neither one of those losing streaks helping either team, as they could have their fate in their own hands if they had won a couple of those games. Instead, they are at the mercy of a couple other teams that are playing later today. Skying punt there from the Trojan keeper. A good flick there by Saez, but then the second touch evaded him. An indirect free kick here coming for the Trojans as they whistled Saez for dangerous play with that high boot. De Oliveira through center looking for Pepe. He's at the top of the box and he takes a bit of a knock. The referee allows it, but he's still down on the ground. The sliding through ball cut out by Junior. He'll knock one far side. That's deflected away. Advantage played. Ramos with the back heel. Up into the air for McChesney. This one goes far side. Lamana gets the touch off the defender, and it'll be a throw-in for Hannibal. Trojans have had the better of the play so far, despite the fact that the ball is with the Cougars in the offensive end right now. A bicycle kick off the crossbar, rebound, and that goes wide. What a shot, though. You don't often see the bicycle kick brought out. Didn't seem like it was the opportunity to do so, but it almost scored the first goal of the game. Perhaps that'll breathe a bit of life into the Columbia Cougars here. That was their first real opportunity on the cage. Trying to knock that one off the defender, failing to do so. Now Columbia with the through ball. They find their attacker Osa. He's looking for a cross. That's off the defender. Still in play. Osa put on the moves. He's cut off. The referee's going to allow it. Not too much complaint from the Cougar bench. And they'll set things up again. McCormick. Taking a spill there was Suarez. De Oliveira for Hannibal, near sideline to Saez. Looking back for the Garcia. He'll dribble around midfield. The slotting through ball looking for Saez. And a bit too much on it. Long ball. They were looking for Ramos, but the linesman puts the flag up and we get our first offsides call of the game. Couple players warming up now. One of them is Vinicius Mariani for Hannibal. A few players warming up over on the far side for Columbia as well. Into the box. But once again, just a bit too much touch on that ball. Hannibal would like to try to keep it a little bit down. It's been somewhat interesting to see how much the ball has actually been played through the air, especially given the amount of wind that has been gusting on and off. One touch cross looking in. Trying to find Lira Osa, but nothing doing there. This one will go over the end line, and we'll get our stoppage in play here as we've got someone injured down at midfield, and it's going to call for the trainers. So we'll step aside here. You're listening to the 2013 Turbo Sports Game of the Week.
At nscaa.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education.
pleasure.
And we're back to live action here at Blackwell Field in Hannibal, Missouri. The player that was injured was number 17, Pepe Junquera. And hopefully he'll be all right. He walked off under his own power, but the Trojans can ill afford to lose their leading scorer, one of only 2 players on the team with double-digit points. And he also leads the team with 8 goals. Taking his place on the field was number 15, Vinicius Mariani, the sophomore from Curitiba, Brazil. That one gets its way over to the defenders, but then that was a very hopeful ball off the foot of Lira Osa. Some space here for Scheramelli, signaling his players that he wants them to move forward. He tried to find Mariani, but that one just a bit too strong, went off the thigh. Now Saez tries to knock it down, and we're actually going to get an offsides call. Saez didn't think so, but the linesman said that he had moved back into an onside position. Long ball towards the box. Headed down by the defense. Ramos with the touch, but just a bit too far away from him. Now McChesney from the corner of the box puts it towards the 6-yard box. That one will go out, and it will actually be a corner kick. The head referee says it took a deflection. So that decision favors the Cougars. First corner kick of the contest for the Cougars. They play the short ball. Now McChesney plays it in, and once again, that was pretty hopeful. Not too much there. Headed out from the midfield by McDonald. Over the far touchline, so it'll be a Hannibal throw. Garcia with the long looping throw. Saez had it for a moment. Now he gets the settle. But his touch evaded him, and it goes into touch. Hard defending there from Rabora. Rabora once again knocking it down. Garrido gives it up. A shoulder flick there from Ramos. And that's cleared away. The wind picking up here at the top of the box. Saez has it knocked away. De Oliveira is on it, looking to keep it in the offensive end. Crossing ball, that gets caught up in the wind, so it's way up there. And that'll be knocked over the end line. It'll be a corner kick for the Trojans. Played in by Mariani, hangs up in the air. Bit of pushing and shoving. Columbia gets a foot to it. So we'll do it all over again from the far side. Mariani weaving in and out, trying to find some space. He's a bit hard to keep track of for the defenders. He's only 5'3". Saez plays it towards the area, headed on by Columbia. It's on the foot of Lamana, but Hannibal couldn't keep control. The goal kick coming from Wolf. Good shield there by Suarez. He's surrounded by 3 players, however. De Oliveira looking for help. Back for Scaramelli. Through the midfield. One touch passing. Pushed down. No foul coming. That's one of those calls that's a little bit hard for the referee when you've got a small player. A lot of times they'll get the benefit of the doubt. However, in that case, no penalty to be had. The foul was whistled about halfway between midfield and the 18-yard box. A crossing ball looking near side for Aries. This one will go into touch, and it'll be a Hannibal throw. The captain, Mika Scaramelli. De Oliveira leaves it for Scaramelli. Looking for the slot ball, and that one knocked away. Handball there, and the referee sees it. Trying for the quick play was Ferrero, but he had Inaki Suarez right in front of him. So instead of the quick replay, Hannibal will set up an attack as they move around the top of the penalty area. Sent in, Wolf out, gets a hold of it. He takes a spill on his own defenseman, but manages to hold on to the ball the whole time. About 15 minutes left here in the first half. 0-0 is your score. Hannibal has had the better of the chances. They've had a couple opportunities. One was put just over the crossbar, and the second one was a great opportunity on the passing combination from Pepe to Saez, but the shot evaded him as it went just far side post. And then the best chance for Columbia was about 10 minutes after with a great bicycle kick that rang off the crossbar, and then the rebound was put just wide. This one into the box. Goalkeeper elects not to come out and get it. Knocked out of the foot range of Mariani. Aries looking far side. Running on to it is Rossi. And he took a bit of a spill there, and that allows the ball to go over the touchline. Mariani back for his defenseman. Improper touch there as he puts it out of play. Players yelling instructions here from the near side from the Hannibal bench. That one popped up in the air. The wind catches it. Aries couldn't find it. Knocked down in the midfield. Malerba. This one goes all the way back into the Columbia end. McCormick to Wolf. A good driving punt there. once again popped up in the air, and even Ferrero was a bit frustrated with that ball. Both teams, once again, relying a little bit too much on the long ball and putting it too high up in the air in the process. Much too much wind to get away with that. Oliveira will be whistled for the foul. He tried to go up evenly, but got in under the back a little too much. McCormick will play it out. Into the center of the park. And that's cleared away nicely. Back up in the air off the boot of Riley. Osa trying to evade the defender. Gets around one. Still on the ball. Now he's finally dispossessed. Columbia takes it right back. Some sliding players. Neither one got the ball. Finally, the referee's seen enough of that. He blows a foul. And it'll be a dangerous free kick coming up. About 30 yards away. But with the wind, if you play it incorrectly, it can hang up there. It looks like it's going to be McCormick on the ball. Or perhaps even Aries, as both of them are over there. And it's going to be Aries. Slots it. Far post. Keeper out and makes the grab. A good play there from the freshman Herberger, as he had the big man, Jovan Ilic, all over him. Ilic on the ball. A senior from Parasin, Serbia. Columbia takes back control in the shadow of their own penalty area. De Oliveira, a bit of a hip check there. Referee allows it. Headed out of play. Garcia knocked it over. And we will get a substitution. Taking a seat on the bench is Diego Lirosa. He's been one of the few bright spots so far this afternoon for the Columbia Cougars. He's had a decent amount of possession over there on the far side wing, but neither team has been able to take advantage of their chances so far. Scaramelli with the throw and then gets it right back. Splits the defense. Crossing ball. Head ball. But that one needed a bit more force on it. Ended up being too much of a flick from Ferrero. Needed to get better contact on it. A solid forehead. Instead, a glancing ball goes harmlessly out of play. Wolf will play the short ball. McCormick for Aries. Guarded nicely by Scaramelli. And they're going to get Aries on the foul. The wind continues to gust here at Blackwell Field. No score. 8.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. A long ball. Wolf out to grab it. He's had some good hands. Both goalkeepers have made some good lunging stops on those long balls. Both sides perhaps going to have to rethink their strategy, perhaps get some more shots low to the ground with this wind gusting the way that it is. A nice little flick over on the far side, leaving it for Oliveira, but he was unable to keep hold of the ball, and it'll go for a goal kick. Another substitution for Columbia as Zach Upland comes on. That one gets hung up in the wind. A shoulder ball there from Rhodes. Mariani knocked off the ball. McCormick here on the near side. He was looking for the cross. That one went off a hand, and the referee saw it. Garcia a little bit upset with the call, but you could argue that the ball played him. But in that kind of situation, with Columbia on the attack, most referees are going to blow the whistle on such an offense. They're going to go with a three-man wall here. McCormick plays it near side. He finds Gronberg back to the top of the box. McCormick looking for the cross. That's a nice swing on it, but it's headed out. Junior got it. Head ball onto it, and this one will go out of play. I believe it's going to be a goal kick. It looked like it swung over the top of the goal, and it will be indeed. Good eye from the far side linesman, as it was difficult to tell. The ball ended up coming over the touchline instead of the end line. However, with that swinging on it, it crossed over the top of the goal in the flight path. Back and forth goes the ball in midfield, and we get a foul against Hannibal. Hannibal-LaGrange coach David Erskine yelling. This team has 5 minutes to go. Urging them on. Ramos up for the ball. And Gronberg has it knocked away. Back up in the air from Malerba. Once again, Junior knocks it out. He's hard to miss here on the field. He's got that floppy, poofy hairstyle. It's definitely moving in today's wind. Junior going for it again. This time elects to use the foot. De Oliveira. A nifty little pass for Scaramelli. Keeps it in. Rhodes looking for a slot. That one's too strong for De Oliveira. Hannibal-LaGrange keeps possession. A foul here on the near side line. It's going to go against De Oliveira, which will allow Columbia to clear it out. About 4 minutes left here in the half. 0-0 your score. Wolf, once again, he's been keeping that ball low underneath the wind. His teammates would be well served to follow suit, but they have not so far. McCormick with a long throw looking for Ramos, and once again, Junior gets ahead to it. McCormick again. Junior got the touch. Goes out of play, and we'll get another throw in, this time deep inside the Hannibal-LaGrange half of the field. In the attacking end, now taking the throw is Dan Riley. He's got about 3 players, make that 4 in the box. He's going to look to hit somebody right at the top of the 6-yard box. Head ball! Oh, what a save! A great save there from Herberger. It was a top-notch head ball from the long throw. Not sure what the defense was doing as it made it over everybody, but Herberger bailed them out, leaping towards the crossbar and tipping it over the goal. Now the counterattack could be on here for Hannibal-LaGrange, but it goes out of play. Quickly back the other way. Into the box, crossing ball, and that will find no one. A little over 2 minutes left to go here in the half. Coach Erskine once again urging his team on. The Trojans had the better of the play in the first half of this half. But ever since about the 20-minute mark, Columbia has managed to turn things around and get some good scoring chances. This game really should be 1-0 in favor of the Cougars, if not for a spectacular save on the long throw-in from Herberger. Hannibal-LaGrange trying to get one last push up the field here. Little over a minute left to go in the half. That one easily knocked down by Illich. Both sides pushing for a late goal here. Under a minute to go. 0-0 your score. Both teams have had their chances, but have been unable to capitalize. And Columbia actually taking their time with that throw. There's going to be a foul, and interestingly enough, it'll go against De Oliveira. McCormick will play the long ball. Not sure where he was looking on that, unless it was a mishit. But then a bad touch over on the far side comes from Garrido to Ramos, top of the box. Diving out to cover it is Herberger. He didn't get a hand on it. But I believe we're going to get a foul against the Cougars, and that will essentially kill off the rest of this half. So there's the whistle. The first half is in the books. 0-0 your score. Both teams have had some great opportunities to put it in the back of the net. However, a great save from the Hannibal keeper and a couple missed opportunities from the Trojans on the offensive end will put the half-line score at 0-0. We'll take a quick break here so you can listen to your sponsors. This is the live coverage of the 2013 Turbo Sports National Men's Soccer Game of the Week presented by NSCAA and Admiral Soccer.
They're gathering life experiences and discovering their purpose.
For me, choosing Hannibal-LaGrange University was simple. The theater and performance opportunities are excellent.
I chose to transfer to HLGU because of smaller class sizes and Christian values. The Christian environment makes a big difference.
I knew Hannibal-LaGrange University was for me. The athletic opportunities and scholarships are making my dreams come true.
Hannibal-LaGrange University. Discover your purpose. At HLGU, our students gain much
Go
more
out
than
into the real world, but I don't think you're going to find a better program at the NAI level.
There's a million athletic opportunities here. There's softball, volleyball, basketball, soccer, golf, cross country. I feel like the school spirit here is really big, and if you go to a game, there's always tons of people cheering.
We were winning conference tournaments, national tournaments. Been the best choice I've ever made and will help me for longer than I will imagine. Obviously, education.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at
Pleasure.
Welcome back to Blackwell Field here in Hannibal, Missouri. 0-0 is your score. Once again, we would like to thank our official hotel sponsor of today's National Game of the Week broadcast, the Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites, located here in Hannibal, Missouri. The Holiday Inn Express is located just right on the doorstep of Hannibal-LaGrange University, and is a great stop for opponents, away teams, fans, and families traveling to the area who need a place to stay. To book a reservation, contact the hotel at 573-406-0300 or visit them online at holidayinn.com. So we're just about set to get into the second half of action. Once again, 0-0 is your score. Both teams with a couple great opportunities. A gorgeous bicycle kick from Columbia, and then a head ball towards the end of the half. The bicycle kick went off the crossbar, rang the post, and then the rebound was cleared away. And then a great save from John Herberger kept the Cougars off the board and the late going. Saez had an opportunity earlier in the half. A great passing combination between he and Pepe, who it sounds like will probably not return to this game, and that's going to be a huge knock against the Hannibal-LaGrange Trojans. But this is pretty much what we expected coming into today's contest. A tight, low-scoring game. Only one game between these two teams has been decided by a large margin, and that was a 7-1 victory way back in 1999. So we're back underway here in the second half. And we start things off with the ball quickly going out of play. As they discuss who's going to make the throw-in. These two teams are both towards the top of the standings. As a volley comes in, that looked like it went off of a Hannibal player, and it did indeed, so we'll have a corner kick coming up. Columbia currently 6-1-2 in the conference for 20 points. Hannibal-LaGrange in a three-way tie. They are 6-3 with 18 points. They're in a three-way tie for second place as that ball headed up and finally booted away from the box. Now a diving play made there. A whistle coming in, so it's going to be a dangerous free kick coming up for the Cougars. Steiniger will look to play it into the box. Now check that, he's gone into the box. It'll be Malerba. Driving ball, flicked on, oh, and it's touched over the goal. That one seems very improbable. As from my vantage point, it looked like he was right on the doorstep of the goal, and somehow, I believe that was Ramos who put it over. Played through midfield. Scaramelli stuck out the hand. Not really sure what he intended to do there, if he had actually touched it. Far side. Scaramelli heads it up, but also out. Booted way out of play by Junior. Columbia sending numbers into the box. Not including the man making the throw, who's going to be Dan Riley. They only have 3 players out on the actual pitch. Hannibal able to clear it out. Now Riley puts it towards goal, and that goes wide. Tried the left-footed cross. At least I think he was looking for a cross. However, ended up going towards goal. Not sure if it hit a bit of a rough patch in the field. And for late season, really, this field is in decent shape. Few patches here and there that are under par, but overall, considering there's been a little bit of rain in the area and a long season played on it, it really doesn't look all that bad. And you have to figure that both the men and women share this field, so a lot of soccer played on this during the fall. Now Hannibal following suit. They send numbers into the box. Low driven ball. And De Oliveira let that one go. Probably should have gotten a touch to it. Rebora trying to get back to it. Plays it up the field with the left foot, but that one swung out of bounds. This field does have a bit of a crown on it, so those balls that have any kind of spin on it are going to spin towards the touch line. Now across here, and that one was pretty hopeful as it easily goes out of play. There's a large foreign influence in today's game for both squads. 17 of 48 roster players are American. The rest were from foreign countries as far away as Spain, Chile, Bosnia, and Brazil. Into the mixer. Coming away with possession is Ferrero. Dives at it, and that collided with the ankles of Illich. But the Eastern European showing no ill effects. Have to say that he's a bigger man than me. If I took some cleats to the ankles like that, I think I'd be in a little bit of pain. Riley looking for the long throw. Into the area. Off a thigh. That's a high boot from De Oliveira, but the referee allows it. Rossi knocked off the ball. Junior puts it out of play. Decision goes against Columbia, so it'll be a throw for the Trojans. Not sure where that one was going. And then misplayed by Junior. Rough play here in the middle of the park. A little flick in towards the box. Illich pushed from behind. The referee allows it, popped back up into the air. De Oliveira leaves it. Scaramelli gets around the defender. Brings it towards midfield. Mariani looking near side. That one intended for Garrido. Instead, Hannibal has to wrestle back possession in the midfield. Along the line. And that one stayed in play. Saez takes it into the box. Puts it towards the top. Onto the foot. Shot in, and that one blocked. Corey McDonald out courageously to get in front of it. It was Mario Ferrero with it. He was seemingly alone in top of the box. But a late dive from the defenseman was able to clear that shot away. Now De Oliveira bumped off the ball. McCormick will gain the throw. Hannibal wins the head. But possession stolen away. Malerba. It's played into touch. Or no, they're actually going to whistle a foul on the far side. So free kick for the Cougars. Driven in towards the box, easily headed away. Mariani, the little man, able to wrestle away possession. Ferrero to Garcia. Garcia making his way up from the midfield, cleared away. Mariani gets it back. Near side, it's Lamana. Gets around two defenders, looking for the cross. A nice little move. That one will roll out of play. Too many defenders right there in the corner. Lamana essentially saying he didn't know what else he was supposed to do. Garcia wins it back for the Trojans. He'll carry it far wing. Looking for options. Dances around one man, finds Saez. That's pilfered away by Malerba. Back into the middle of the park. Garrido looking far side, but that one up and over the head of its intended target. De Oliveira just a little bit too short for that one. Only 5'7" over there on the wing. And that ball caught up in the wind just a little bit. Popped up again. No chance Mariani was going to win that. Driven far side. A good little flick from Saez. Keeps it in touch. Surrounded once again by two defenders. Columbia doing a good job to get numbers around the ball, even when Hannibal-LaGrange gets the attack. Now something could be on here, and instead it's Herberger coming out to cut it off. De Oliveira looking for Saez. Gets a bit of a knock. Good spin move. Garcia slides it near side. Garrido back towards center. Playing it from the ground is Ferrero. Sent out. Quickly knocked back in. Up and over the back of Mariani. The referee allows it. Ramos plays it near side. He was looking for Steiniger, but just a bit too much pace. Once again, players warming up for Hannibal-LaGrange, as well as Columbia. Knocked down by Illich from the throw. Illich has it stolen away by Mariani. Columbia gets it back. Now the business of hot potato begins. Ferrero looking for a call, none to be had. De Oliveira on the far side at the half line. Now back to his defense. Junior weighing his options. Drives it towards the box. Saez heads it in. The keeper out to grab it. A good shield there from Rocco. Controlled in the midfield by Columbia. Illich to McCormick. And back. Illich had his feet taken out from underneath him. The referee says play on. Mariani is going to have the foul whistled against him. Some of the fans over on the far side didn't quite agree with that one, felt it was a bit of obstruction. But instead it goes against the Trojans. Free kick in the defensive end blasted by McDonald. One-time clearance. Saez tried to settle it down. Flicks it near side, looking for Garrido. Quickly cleared away. Once again, knocked away by McDonald. Hannibal doing a good job. They've had a bunch of the possession here in the second half. Knocked down from behind, and this is going to be a free kick from about 25 yards out. The referee will back up the wall. Saez looking at taking this free kick as he gets instructions from his captain, Mika Scaramelli. Wolf on his near post, setting up the wall, yelling instructions. Saez sends it into the box. Illich is right there to clear it away. Now Ramos looking far side for Rossi. Deflected away. Hannibal with a good defensive work there as they counter back. Saez. Scaramelli. De Oliveira, his touch evaded him. Garrido. And knocked out of play. Substitutes coming on for Columbia. McChesney and Walters. On for Hannibal-LaGrange is Jose Stutt and Price Mintemeyer. Check that, it's Javier Gomez. High clearance. There's a battle at midfield off the back of the head of Ignacio Garrido. Deflection handled by LaGrange. Here come the Trojans. Driven ball to the near side, but too much spin on it, and it was easily cut out by Walters. Back towards the end line, and clearing it out of play was Wolf as he skies this one towards the road here on the near side. Into play. Gomez gets it towards the line, plays it out of a defenseman, but not quickly enough. It was over the end line before he got a touch. So it will be a goal kick for the Cougars. We're in the 23rd minute here, still 0-0. To the center of the park, bad clearance there. Walters has it, looking for options. He's going to dribble in, takes the shot, and that was ill-advised as that goes about 6 yards wide of the post. So not too many opportunities for either team here as we approach the middle stages of this second half. Once again, conference supremacy up for grabs, at least a portion of it. Neither team controls its own destiny. With a win, Columbia will be a game and a half up on everyone in the conference. If Hannibal wins this afternoon, they'll either be a half game up or at least a half game back, depending on what Park University does this afternoon. And both squads need help to finish in first. To finish top of the table, Hannibal must win, and Park must lose at least once and then tie their other game or lose it. as that drive goes towards the box and cleared away. And Woods can win one, lose or tie the other for Hannibal to stay top of the conference. Columbia must win. And with that, Park can win, tie, or lose. And Woods can win both. If Columbia ties today, they would need losses in both games from Park and Woods. Park really with everything in their favor so far, as they have 2 conference games left. William Woods has 2 games left on their schedule. However, only one is a conference game, so that is really the only one that counts in terms of where they will finish in the standings. Park is playing against Benedictine Springfield concurrently with this game. And William Woods will be at Missouri Baptist tonight at 8 o'clock. Loose in the midfield. A good job there from Malerba to win possession, but now Hannibal steals it back, driving it in towards Stutt, and that's cleared away. Hannibal will gain the throw. We're in the 19th minute here. Check that, we're in the 20th minute. A low drive, oh, that just went wide of that near side post. But a glorious opportunity there for Hannibal-LaGrange. I believe that was Garrido who kept it low, and that's what you want to do in this kind of wind. And it's one thing that I've never quite understood from attacking players, is they always seem to want to go upper 90 for those pretty goals. But being a keeper myself, the balls that are low and to the ground, and sometimes even very close to the keeper's body, are actually the ones that are harder to handle. Columbia calling for offsides, but Saez was right even. This one driven into the box, and that won't trouble Wolf at all. Low driven punt, settled by Scaramelli for Hannibal. Hannibal-LaGrange and Columbia College. 0-0. In the 22nd minute here, second half. Crossing ball, looking for Gomez. And that's cleared away. McDonald didn't get much on it towards a player, but now Columbia has it. Given away. Quick passing along the line. Once again, it goes up in the air. Some light pressure put on by Steiniger. Now Walters near side. Plays it off a Hannibal-LaGrange player. That goes over the head of McDonald. Back up towards the center of the park. Chested down by De Oliveira. Instead, it's Malerba for Columbia. Headed back towards the keeper. And Herberger will slow things down. Herberger with those high rainbow punts. Very difficult for either side to bring him down. Saez plays it back towards midfield. Now Garrido. Looks to the far touchline. Gets it back. Up towards the box. De Oliveira, he's in behind the defense. Cut down from behind, but no call coming. Substitute coming on for Columbia College. It'll be Diego Liraosa. He had some speed on the wing in that first half. And a disappointed Mark Steiniger heads to the bench. Hannibal-LaGrange clears it out. And that one goes over the touchline. Throw for the Trojans. They thought about a quick one, instead allowing their team to set something up over the head of De Oliveira. Columbia College onto it. Trying to play it through center, headed out. Walters had it knocked away. Malerba is dispossessed. And Saez puts on a little feint move, but having none of it was Jacob Rocco. So it'll be a throw-in for Hannibal-LaGrange from the far side. And now we're ready to get back into play. Not quite sure what the stoppage was for, but not too much taken care of there with the throw-in as it's quickly back out and into the possession of the Cougars. Junior up to head that ball away. Hair flowing in the wind. This one near side. Walters, a deft touch to keep it in. Trying to avoid the defender. Crossing ball, and Herberger to cut it out. A good punt there as he crossed the field. He had everybody going to the far side and ended up punting it back near side. Saez was a little upset that he didn't get a call. And the Cougars are on the attack. Ramos splitting the defender, shoots! He was looking upper 90, but a bit too much of an outswing on that shot. And that leads to a goal kick. '26th minute here. 0-0 to score. Walters looking for options. Plays it near side for Osa. Trying to cross it in. That one's blocked by Rebora. Osa back onto it as it stays in play. Trying to split the defense. And that one cleared well out off the boot of Rebora. This one swinging towards the touchline. Saez does a good job to save it. Plays it up towards the box. Gets around the defender. Coming back to knock Saez off the ball was Rocco. The referee allows it, much to the displeasure here on the near side bench of Hannibal-LaGrange. Pushing and shoving going on now in the midfield. Coming away with it is Garcia. He has it pilfered away by Malerba. Malerba stood up, and the bench here for Hannibal-LaGrange doesn't like the call. I believe Coach Erskine has actually sent some players off the bench for some of the things they had said to the referees. They are wearing sweats, so perhaps some of the red shirt players, nevertheless. Coach Erskine once again unhappy with his team giving away possession. Substitute ready for Hannibal-LaGrange. It looks like Vinicius Mariani is going to re-enter the contest. Garrido, long ball to De Oliveira, looking to return the favor. And that's cut out. Hannibal trying to put it back towards the box, and Illich blasts it back towards the other way. Junior with the shield. Columbia trying to get the foul over there in the far side corner. But I believe that was Ramos who took a spill, but not too much on the challenge, so very few officials are going to make that call. Saez with a swinging ball, looking for Garrido with the back heel. Over his head, he's taken down in the box, and there's a penalty kick. A penalty kick upcoming. It was drawn by Javier Gomez. The Columbia bench up and towards the sideline. They can't believe that that one was called, but it's going to be Manuel Saez to take the kick against Brady Wolf. Saez stares down at the ball. Wolf eyeing up the player as he dances around, taking steps on his goal line. Saez approaches the ball, shoots to the far side, and it's a goal. Hannibal-LaGrange leads 1-0. So the goal on the penalty kick by Manuel Saez gives the Trojans the 1-0 lead, and the way this series has gone, that might be the victory, as three of the last four contests between these two teams have involved a shutout and have been decided by one goal. That one headed out by Junior. Back into the box. Junior once again gets ahead to it. Up the line, Riley has it knocked away. Throw coming for Columbia. You can tell that they've picked up their pace a little bit, but now we'll get a stoppage. Under 16 left to play here in the second half. The Trojans lead on a penalty kick goal from Saez. The bench urging Junior to clear that one out. Instead, it was knocked away by Gomez. He's the man who set up that penalty kick with a nice little flick, backheel flick to himself into the box. And then he was taken down just about 2 feet inside the penalty area. Into the hands of Herberger. De Oliveira was cut off, but Hannibal-LaGrange still has it. Saez will dance around on the far side. Plays it in towards the box, but it went over the touch line. That goal for Saez, his 8th of the year, ties him for the team lead with Pepe. That will also give him 19 points on the year. Everybody into the box for Columbia, save for 3 players. The referee giving a few instructions. This one into the box, cleared away by Junior. Played back into the box. Junior once again with the head ball. He's had about between 5 and 8 head balls that have been important clearances. That one back in. Oh, another save from Herberger. He looked like he was out of position. Ramos puts his hands on his head as he thought that was a sure goal to equalize the game. Lots of urgency here from the Cougars. Hannibal trying to show some composure. They would love a second goal to give them some insurance. Saez shoved from behind. That goes out of play. Have they called the foul or is it a throw? That's the question. The linesman had his flag up and sort of in the direction, so I guess it was a throw-in. Illich, center of the park, fakes out 2 men. Mariani putting on the pressure. Scaramelli lets it go over his head. And he'll play it back up. Saez flicks it on. He will take control on the right wing. Crossing ball. Looking for Garrido, and that's headed away. Now a foul. Illich taken down by Garrido. Driving ball into the attacking end. Brought down by Ramos. He's pinched off by about 3 defenders. And then Junior, unsure of what to do with the ball, it seems, when it was on his feet. He's more used to heading it, apparently. Just played it quickly over the touchline. Once again, all the players for Columbia, save for 2 in the box. Head ball towards goal. And that one comes back out to the near wing. Off a defender. Trying to clear it out is Rebora. Columbia, that's punched away. Now it's back towards the 6-yard box. Now top of the 18. Volley shot, that's blocked. Now a quick shot, and they score! Hannibal-LaGrange cannot believe it. Herberger screaming at the linesman. But nevertheless, it's a goal for Columbia College. There was a maze of bodies in there. I believe it was Dan Riley who got the final shot on it. Hard to tell for sure, but nevertheless, an equalizing goal with just under 12 minutes left to go here in the half. So now urgency goes back to the side of Hannibal-LaGrange. They must win in order to have any shot at the conference regular season championship. Hannibal-LaGrange has won the last 2 regular season championships as well as the last 2 tournament championships. They would really love to win another regular season championship, but even more important than that, getting that top spot going into the conference tournament is all important for these 2 teams that have won the last 5 conference tournament titles between the 2 of them. 3 for Hannibal-LaGrange and 2 for Columbia. Driven in by McCormick. Headed near side. Malerba. Fancy footwork. Drops it for Riley. Into the mixer. And cleared out. Saez trying to get to the ball. Instead, it was booted upfield by Rocco. A foul against Columbia. Trojans saying they thought they had advantage. However, the foul was still given. We're in the 41st minute. And my math does not serve me today, as we are in the 37th minute. That's why I went into broadcasting. Herberger able to make the grab. Keeps that punt a little bit lower than some of the ones in the past. Still, Columbia comes up with it. One-touch passing from Ramos, but the return pass from Malerba was a bit too strong. Near side flicked on. Herberger comes out, punches it out. No call still. Both sides feeling there should have been a foul. I believe it's going to be a goal kick. Hard to tell for sure. It's Ramos down on the ground. He's looking at the referee, wondering why a foul was not given, as he felt that he had drawn a penalty, but it will indeed be a corner kick for the Cougars. All important defensive play here for the Trojans. Driven in towards the box. Herberger out, nobody there. Driven in towards goal. That's off of the backside of a Trojan player. And back out to midfield. Now the counterattack is on. Hannibal. On the attack are the Cougars. Driven in. And that one will be swung away. Knocked out a touch, and we will have substitutions. Center of the park, trying to glit it. Ferrero looking far side, and Wolf out to make the grab. Under 7 minutes left to go here in the half. 1-1 is your score. Now diving, a couple players down. Malerba stays down, driven out. And Herberger trying to get it back out into play quickly. Now we are in the 41st minute. 1-1 is your score. Near side. And that avoided the touch. Wolf trying to grab it. His legs were swinging everywhere. It ended up in between the legs, and he gets his paws on it. Javier Gomez with the opportunity, but he couldn't quite get that first touch onto the ball to settle it down, and that allowed the keeper for Columbia to come out and make the grab. Substitutions here for Columbia. Kronberg. He will settle into the middle of the park. Headed away, Gronberg has it on his boot, taking a shoulder from Rhodes. Back into the box. Headed near side, and that'll go out of play. I believe it'll be a corner kick. Columbia throwing numbers forward. They would love to get a win here. However, they only need a tie. They will still need help from some of those other games to be played later today. Hannibal trying to swing it up for Saez, but not quite enough on it. About 4 minutes left to play here in the second half. The puck, or the ball pinballing around. Garrido to Gomez. Looks up near wing, but that one a bit too pacey. Nobody was going to get a foot to that. Now in behind the defense. Sliding ball cut out. Some slide tackles here, very dangerous. Don't want to get called for any silly fouls late in the game. Riley was looking for the quick throw, and the referee will say that he was up a bit too far. Now the wind seems to have swung around. It's going in the favor of the Cougars, driving towards the Hannibal-LaGrange goal. On the boot of Ferrero. Some legs swinging in. It's a throw for the Trojans. Saez in midfield. Blasted over the touchline. Another Trojan throw. About 2.5 minutes left to go here in the second half, as the referee allowing some time for Saez to adjust himself and tie a boot, get everything ready. Over the head of Gomez. Ferrero looking for options. Instead, it's Illich, gives it away. Ferrero couldn't handle it. Saez, near side. Too much wind underneath that ball. And it's cleared over the near side. It'll be a Hannibal throw. Hannibal-LaGrange drives it in looking for Ferrero. Chested down by Lamanna. Sending it in towards the box. Flick towards the area. And they cut off the ball from Saez. Wolf out to make the grab. 43rd minute here. 1-1 is the score. That one will be cleared towards the box. Now onto the near side. Walters around one man and then has it pilfered away. Appealing to the linesman, saying his jersey was tugged. Near side, Hannibal-LaGrange throw. Not much urgency here in the Trojans as we enter the final minute of play in the half. Garrido to Saez. Takes a bit of a knock. And there is the foul that they were looking for. They would have liked to have it a little bit closer in. It's precious seconds ticking off the clock here. Numbers up. Aside from the kicker, only one man is not near the box. Sent in towards goal. Headed over by Illich. Gomez! knees it out of play, and that may be the last gasp for the Trojans. Wolf, somewhat oddly, is going to take the kick quickly up towards half field. That takes a flick off of a couple Trojans. Now Garrido all the way back, trying to gain possession. That one will go out of play, and we get a stoppage in play. The referee is going to give out a yellow card. Somewhat odd this late in the contest. And, well, apparently that's going to be a strange way to end the game. They're just going to allow it to end since there would have only been 1 or 2 seconds on the clock. The referee just going to allow it. And your final score here from Blackwell Field in Hannibal, Missouri is 1-1. Or actually, no. Okay. So actually, I was incorrect. That shows that you need to read the rule book before you head into these kind of contests. In NAIA, they will actually play 2 10-minute periods of golden goal. So we will take a quick break. This is Turbo Sports, NAIA National Game of the Week.
Pleasure.
NAIA.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time.
They are gathering life experiences and discovering their purpose.
For me, choosing Hannibal-LaGrange University was simple. The theater and performance opportunities are excellent.
I chose to transfer to HLGU because of smaller class sizes and Christian values. The Christian environment makes a big difference.
I knew Hannibal-LaGrange University was for me. The athletic opportunities and scholarships are making my dreams come true.
Hannibal-LaGrange University. Discover your purpose. At HLGU, our students gain much more than an education.
At the end of the day, you're going to have to go out into the real world, but I don't think you're going to find a better program at the NAIA level.
There's a million athletic opportunities here. There's softball, volleyball, basketball, soccer, golf, cross country. I feel like the school spirit here is really big, and if you go to a game, there's always tons of people cheering.
We were winning conference tournaments, national tournaments. Been the best choice I've ever made and will help me for longer than I will imagine. Obviously, education.
And we're back here at Blackwell Field in Hannibal, Missouri. The American Midwest Conference matchup between the Trojans of Hannibal-LaGrange and the Cougars from Columbia College. As we head into the first of 2 overtime periods. If my information is correct that I've been given, it should be golden goal, so if anybody scores, that would be the end of the contest. So they've switched sides back to the directions that they were going in the first half. And Columbia will start off with the ball. So the goal was given to Adam McChesney for Columbia College as they come in, and McChesney has control of it. Junior boots it away. Good push up there from Rocco. McChesney to Osa. Dispossessed, taken back by Gronberg. Towards the box. Hannibal takes control and then tripping over the ball was Stutt. Back towards the area. At the top of the box, it's Osa. Near side for Gronberg. Takes a drive and Junior got in the way. Gronberg to Riley. Up into the attack. McDonald was dispossessed. Check that, it was Walters. Now they cross it in. And coming out to cut it off was Herberger. That gains a round of applause from the Hannibal-LaGrange bench. De Oliveira looking towards the center of the park. Wasn't very happy with his touch there. Crossing ball from McCormick. And nobody home on that one. So throw-in coming for the Trojans. Headed down. Taken by Hannibal-LaGrange. Stutt near side. Flicked on by De Oliveira. Scaramelli weighing his options. He's got McChesney right in front of him. That one gets all the way through. De Oliveira off his shoelaces. Sent in towards the box and headed out at the last moment. Back towards the area. Saez with some good touches here. Getting it towards the corner, looking for a crossing ball. And that'll be knocked out for a throw-in. Now they say it went over the end line, so a corner kick coming up for the Trojans. Wolf barking out signals to his defense, telling each defender who to mark. He sets up shop towards the far post, and that one cleared away by McCormick. Back into the mixer, off of a body, headed away by McDonald. Back in towards the box. McDonald thought about kicking it away, and Wolf called him off. Good aggressive play there from the Columbia goalkeeper. Once again, both teams showing some urgency here, but the technical part of their game has perhaps suffered a bit for it. Now Saez drives it towards goal, and it's into the side netting. The fans on the far side thought it was a goal, but it hit that side netting, and we're still tied 1-1. Shoulder flick in the midfield. Taken over by Gronberg. Good pressure from Lamanna. Long throw. Looking for Osa. Instead, it's Walters over on the far side. He was saying that it went out of touch. Gronberg dispossessed by Junior. Then he takes one off the backside. McChesney cleared away by McDonald. Hangs up in the air. Scaramelli, he's got pressure coming on. He'll send it up the park, but nobody there. Now McCormick. High floating ball. Battled for by Lamanna. He tries to flick it around one defender. Goes out of play. And we'll have a substitute And they're actually going to put Pepe back in, Pepe Junquera. He was limping a little bit, and he still isn't going with a full stride. But they want him up there to try to get that all-important clinching goal. Taking a seat on the bench is Jose Stutt. In the middle of the park, it's Garcia. And that one harmlessly into the arms of Wolf. A high punt off the shin of Rossi. And shielded out of play. Garrido is dispossessed, but possession won back via throw. Over the head of Saez. McDonald with the left foot boot. Headed up and over by Rebora. Good touches here. De Oliveira. He was looking for the cross. Probably should have slided one through to Saez, who was running towards the corner. Pressure being put on Junior. He gets a ball up the near wing for Saez, and that's headed out of play. Jacob Rocco was right there to clear that one out and eliminate the danger. The temperature has dropped considerably throughout the afternoon as the sun creeps lower into the near side sky, casting shadows across the field. Ferrero plays it near side. Oliveira floats one in, and that's going to trouble nobody as it bounces right at the top of the 6-yard box, and Wolf grabs it as it comes in. 7 minutes played here in the first of 2 overtime periods. The referee looking at the play. He's going, well, it looked like he was going to allow it to continue, and instead we're going to have an injury timeout as there's a Trojan down in the middle of the field. Didn't look like there was too much to that collision, but you never know. All it takes is one stud to an ankle, and that'll take it right out of you. Looks like it might be Saez who's down on the ground and trying to walk it off now. He's shaking it off. And Hannibal does the honorable thing, playing it back towards the Columbia line. Okay, that was a bit strange there. I really didn't think the goalkeeper could pick it up like that in outdoor soccer. But nevertheless, play continues. Junior puts it back up towards the box, but Pepe just a little bit too undersized to get to that head ball. McCormick through center. Swung out to the near side. Up is McChesney, plays it high up into the air. It bounces in front of Herberger. He takes a bit of a knock there. There's a few fans here behind the end line. I believe it's a few of the Hannibal-LaGrange female soccer players. They were upset that their goalkeeper took a bit of a hit. Nevertheless, we continue on. Played up by Garcia. Looking for Ramos on the counterattack for Colombia. Instead, it's Scaramelli. Dangerously across the face of the penalty arc. A nice cross. Finds Saez on the far side. Now Pepe takes a left-footed drive, but not as much on that as he would have liked. And Wolf was right in front of it. McChesney up towards the half line. Instead, Hannibal takes control. Scaramelli towards center for Garcia. He has it pilfered away. Now Junior's touch was not quite there, but it did not matter as a foul was called about 10 yards on the defensive side of half field. Final 30 seconds here in this first half of overtime. Far side for Riley. He'll drive one across the face of the goal. Ramos drives it in with the head ball, but that one just wide. And now Herberger comes up a bit lame. Not sure if there was a rut in the field over there or if he collided shins with somebody. But that will just about do it. He's going to play it out. Nope. There we get the buzzer. So 1 period in the books in this overtime. Still tied 1-1. Your goal scorers, once again, to give you a quick recap. Hannibal-LaGrange took the lead with a penalty kick goal from Manuel Saez. But then late in the second half, it was Adam McChesney with the equalizer for Columbia College, and that has put us to where we are right now, heading into the second period of a golden goal overtime. All to play for here for both squads. Once again, both teams with an opportunity to finish at the top of the table in the American Midwest Conference. But as we said earlier, both of them need help to do so. Just to recap it once again. Columbia, if they win today, Park University can win a game and then they must tie or lose another for Columbia to stay at the top of the standings, and William Woods could win both games, and that would not matter. If Columbia ties here today, they would need losses in both games from Park and William Woods. Hannibal on the flip side, they must win here today to have any opportunity to finish at the top, and if they win, they need Park to lose a game and then tie their other one or lose it, and if Hannibal wins, William Woods can win a game, but they must lose or tie one of their other ones. But still, all you can do is take advantage of what is in front of you, and that is the game at hand. So as they reset the clock, 10 minutes are up on the board. It will be Hannibal's possession. No real scoring opportunities for the Trojans in that half. Columbia really with the only real opportunity. That head ball in from Ramos. Now splitting the defense is Garrido. He's looking for Saez. Now they fight for control of the ball. Saez with a little step over, pushes it in towards the area, puts it towards goal, and that one deftly saved by Wolf with no rebound. So the wind perhaps a little bit in the favor of Columbia, but the sun is in the favor of Hannibal-LaGrange. So the elements pretty much canceling each other out. Everybody is standing. Both the fans, except for a few who are huddled under blankets, as the temperature again has dropped quite a bit since we started at 2 o'clock Central Time. Both benches are up on their feet as a few players settle down now that the play is bunkered in midfield. Near side for Riley. Has it poked away by Saez. He punches it up the field. He's trying to avoid two defenders. McDonald cut him off. He will knock it up the park. That actually, that looked like it stayed in play, but I guess it must have curved out in the air. Once again, soccer, unlike basketball, if it crosses the line at all, it doesn't matter if it touches the ground or not, it is out of play. Now Mariani playing it off McDonald, but an unfortunate bounce. Kept that one in play. Now a throw for the Trojans. Into the mixer. Saez, Garrido. That was a hopeful shot there. He collided shins with Rossi, and he's in a great deal of pain here. We're in the 3rd minute here of the second overtime period. Ignacio Garrido trying to shake it off. The trainer and his head coach have come out. That had to have been a pretty good knock there because he's got on full shin pads. You don't see that all the time. A lot of players will wear those tiny things and then almost have them taped up by their knees when the protection that you need is more at the lower leg. Now Gomez tried to lift that one over his head, but it went off the side of the boot, and it'll be a throw for Columbia. A driving throw headed out. Back and forth. Now Mariani leaves it for Gomez. Saez will get to it first. Slows it up a little bit. Around McDonald. Saez towards center. Far side for De Oliveira. Back towards the top of the box. Shoots! Just wide. Not quite sure if Wolf had that one covered or not. He dove awfully late. But nevertheless, it goes wide. That up and over the head of both players there at midfield. Hannibal-LaGrange looking to set up another attack. A nice little scissor move to get around the defender. But then the slot ball was not touched with as much. We're in the 4th minute. Hannibal sliding it around on the defensive end. Gomez for Mariani. A huge size disadvantage there between Mariani and Rocco. Now Gomez looking for the cross. He'll take it all the way down to the line, plays it off McDonald, and once again McDonald with a lucky bounce as that ball doesn't go out of play. Now Ramos, he was held up. The referee says play on. Nobody paying attention. Everybody thought that there was going to be a foul called. Now it comes here on the near side. Cut out nicely by Saez. Lifts one over the defender. Gomez trying to use those long strides to get to it first. It's knocked out of play by McDonald, who has been all over the park here in overtime. Near side for Lamanna. His touch evaded him there. Swung in towards the 6-yard box, but Wolf comes out. Erskine very unhappy with his team's touches here in the offensive end. They've done a good job to gain possession and move the ball throughout the middle third of the field, but once they get up towards that 18-yard penalty area, they seem to get a little nervous, perhaps trying too hard as the wind picks up again. A good settle there off the shoelaces of Saez. Ferrero, far side for De Oliveira. Looking for an in-swinger. Instead, gives it to Saez. Plays it through the legs of a defender. Falls down. No call coming. Hannibal-LaGrange will look to get back onto the attack. Driven in shot, and that just barely goes wide. It went off the goalkeeper's fingertips. So there will be a corner kick. We're in the 6th minute. Now 7th minute as we cross the 4-minute mark into 3:55. The corner kick taken by Lamano. It's up in the air, in towards goal, cleared off the line. Walters in perfect position. De Oliveira with the drive. And that goes over the crossbar. That looked like a sure goal. The head ball coming in, I believe it was Jorge Garcia to get the forehead onto the ball. But right there on the line was Zach Walters, the sophomore from Wildwood, Missouri, to keep this one all square. The Hannibal-LaGrange bench on their feet once again. They thought they had the winner. This one in for Saez, but Wolf coming out and getting a grab. A Let's Go Trojans coming up from their own bench. Ferrero looking near side. It's a race between Saez and McDonald. Saez wins it. He puts it across the mouth of goal, but nobody home. Mariani thought it was going to be more of a driven ball. Instead, it had a bit of a swing on it. And Saez trying to fill up the tank as he's used up just about all the gas he's got in there. We're in the 8th minute. Here in the 2nd overtime. Head balls back and forth. Junior can't clear. Ramos towards the top of the area. He takes a spill. The referee says play on. Now Ramos and Junior exchange a few words. Mariani. A bit of a clutch and grab there. Now Mariani pushed off the ball towards the near side touchline. Lamana for Gomez. Garcia filters it through. Saez with the flick. Mariani couldn't quite get to it. A quick counterattack here. Ramos will get to it first and then punched out. There's going to be a foul. Is it in the box? It's hard to tell. A late foul given. 1:04 left up on the clock here. And it is indeed going to be a penalty kick. Ramos, the leading goal scorer, looks to be the man who will take it against John Herberger, the freshman from O'Fallon, Missouri. He steps up to take the shot, puts it far side, and slots it in. That will do it. Columbia College is the winner. Now there seems to be some sort of dispute here now. Apparently there has to be a retake. This is very questionable here. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of this would be. Usually if there's some sort of offense against the kicking team, then the goal is disallowed. If there was an offense against the defending team, then the goal would count. I'm very curious right here. So Ramos will step up and take it again, shoots it exactly the same area, and once again, it's a winner for Columbia College. It would be interesting to speak with the official regarding what prompted the retake. But nevertheless, a game-winning goal in the 9th minute of the second overtime period comes from Rafael Ramos. Oh, now we've got some extracurricular activity going on here. Some of the benches have gone out trying to get their players away. I guess some of the Hannibal-LaGrange players taking offense to Columbia College celebrating so vociferously on their field. So heated words exchanged. But ultimately it amounts to nothing. But nevertheless, the winner scored in the 9th minute of the overtime period. And that will be a 2-1 victory for Columbia College. So we will take a quick break here. You are listening to the NAIA National Game of the Week, presented by Turbo Sports and Admiral Soccer.
Pleasure.
education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com.
Hi, Mom.
All right, we're back here at Blackwell Field in Hannibal, Missouri. We're joined by number 2, Adam McChesney from St. Louis, Missouri. He scored the tying goal, the equalizer in the second half. And, Adam, it was a big-time goal. You guys were trailing 1-0 after that penalty kick had been scored, and that was a big goal to come back and ultimately give you guys the win.
Definitely. It's a huge game for us. We still have a chance to win the conference outright during the regular season. We need a little help, but we were fighting all game. Unfortunate that we had to have that PK happen, but we ended up getting one in the end, but we were fighting. It was a huge team effort, and everybody that went out there, even on the bench, it was just a great team effort, and I was in the right place at the right time. But it felt great. We haven't won at Hannibal in quite some time, struggled with them the past couple of years, so it was great to get the result.
Yeah, and winning against Hannibal has been a trouble for you guys, so an important win not only for the conference but just in this rivalry. It seems to be kind of a thing between these two teams. This will be the fourth out of the last 5 games. It was decided by only 1 goal.
Oh, yeah, when these two teams battle, whether it's home or away for us, you know it's going to be a 1, maybe 2-goal game. So we were fighting pretty much the whole way. We knew coming in it wasn't going to be easy. History, plays itself. We win some games, they win some games, but, it feels really good to do it on their field today.
Well, congratulations on the goal, congratulations on the win, and best of luck in the American Midwest Conference Tournament.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today.
Welcome back to Hannibal, Missouri, as we just about ready to wrap things up at Blackwell Field. Once again, the final score, Columbia College 2 and Hannibal-LaGrange 1. Columbia with the overtime victory. Once more, we would like to thank our official hotel sponsor of tonight's National Game of the Week broadcast, the Hannibal Holiday Inn Express Hotels and Suites here in Hannibal, Missouri. The Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites is located just on the doorstep of Hannibal-LaGrange University and is a great stop for opponents, away teams, fans, and families traveling to the area who need a place to stay. To book a reservation, contact the hotel at 573-406-0300 or visit them online at holidayinn.com. So a quick recap before we sign off for this evening. Columbia gets the 2-1 victory, but it started off with a goal from Saez for Hannibal-LaGrange. In the second half, he scored on a penalty kick goal. Columbia obviously felt it was a little bit questionable, but nevertheless the foul was given, and he buried it in the back of the net, giving the Trojans the 1-0 lead. But it was not too long after to which our man of the match, Adam McChesney, would equalize. The ball was bouncing around inside the penalty area. It fell to the feet of McChesney, and he was able to bury it in the back of the net. But then the game would go into the overtime periods. We would play one period of overtime, no goals and no real chances on goal, save for a Ramos head ball that was tipped over the net. But then in the second overtime period, 9 minutes were played, and then finally a late penalty kick was given. It would be taken twice. Ramos would bury it both times. And that would be the game decider as Columbia wins by the final score of 2-1. Once again, Columbia with the win, they take sole possession of the American Midwest Conference standings. They do still need help to finish in first place, as they are now a game and a half above, but they have to wait and see what Park did today at Benedictine Springfield, and then Park will also have another game later on this week. Park can win a game, and then if Park wins 2 games, they take control of the conference. If Park wins only 1 game and then tie or lose, Columbia will stay atop the standings for the regular season. So that will just about do it for us here. I'd like to thank Buzz Mead, my on-site producer and cameraman, Chase Niedig, our executive producer, and I'd like to thank both SIDs and media relations coordinators for both schools, Jordan Argo and Chase Holloway, for their information that they provided for today's game. So I'm Todd Panula. Hope you enjoyed today's contest. Once again, you have been listening to the NAIA National Game of the Week, presented by NSCAA and Admiral Soccer. Good evening, everyone.